Sons of Arnold, one raised by his father, one by his mother. The only thing more stupid than the message that this post is trying to convey is the person that made it. Because if they, I don't know, Googled Arnie and his children before making this post, they might be aware of the fact that the one on the left was actually a illegitimate child that Arnold had during an affair, who was raised almost entirely without Arnold's input for the majority of his life. The one on the right is Arnold's legitimate child that he had with his wife that he was involved with raising. So the message doesn't really work, does it? Unless the message, of course, is that he shouldn't be involved in raising his children, which is a strange message. Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are once again returning to Are the Straights OK? Because they still are not. And every day I'm reminded of the fact. Every day I log on to Reddit or I log on to Twitter and there is something new, and I lose a little more faith that the straights are ever going to be okay, because every day it gets worse. Let's get into it, shall we? Women that wear loose t-shirts over their workout clothes in the gym are the reason sexism exists. How am I supposed to respect you when you're afraid to show your body, even around chill men? For f***'s sake, I hate it. Dude is down bad. He really needs to look at women in the gym. But also, this conflicts so heavily with the message that always comes across. Like, as a woman, I don't think you can win, because if you wear revealing clothes like yoga pants and workout clothes and crop tops or anything revealing or tight fitting, you get people staring at you in ways that you don't want to be stared at. You get comments made about you that you don't want to have made. And then you get conservatives saying, how can you show off your body? You should be preserving your body for a husband and blah, blah, blah. But now, if you cover up, you're also going to have comments from men saying, how am I going to respect you if you don't show me your body? You just can't win. I feel bad for women who just can't win, because they're going to get comments from guys like this no matter what they do. And going along that topic, women allowed topless in pools in Germany for gender equality. Me and the boys on our way to Germany. You could just not sexualize women for existing. Have you considered that women could exist and do things that they want to do, and you could make it not about you and how horny you are? Have you considered that? Because that could be a really interesting thing to consider, you know, just not sexualizing women for existing. What? That's a thing? Flirting versus sexual harassment. That dress looks good on you. That dress looks good on you. This doesn't convey the message that I think they want it to convey. Obviously, this is made by some neckbeard who is going, oh, it's because I'm unattractive and overweight that women don't like my inappropriate advances in the workplace. But they also then believe that if they were attractive, they would therefore be allowed to be inappropriate in the workplace, which they should not. Like, assuming that they don't do this kind of post tells me that if they could, they would. It doesn't tell me that they have a moral high ground. It tells me that they are blaming women for something they would take advantage of. A freaky 7 is hotter than a 10 who only does missionary. Changed my mind. I'll take the 10, which means she's definitely a teenage virgin. Ugh. Years later, when she's 25, she'll depreciate to the 7, and the experience, 100% of it gained with me, will mean that I eventually get both. So, anybody want to talk about the fact that that's just pedophilia? That's not even veiled pedophilia. That's a man saying that underage teenage girls are more attractive than adults, and I want them. And that's not an okay thing to say at all. I don't know what to add. That's all this is. And it's also fetishizing and fantasizing over the concept of virginity, which I've never understood. Like, why does it matter what partners someone has had in the past. It doesn't. It makes no difference. If anything, and this is a controversial opinion apparently, if anything, the more partners that someone has had in the past, the better they're going to be at it. They've got more experience. They're more practiced. That can only be a good thing. How to hide a promiscuous past from your new man. Sometimes the sex is so slamming, you can't risk scaring him off. Here's what you gotta do. If the next paragraph isn't find someone who won't judge you or leave you over your previous partners, then this article is awful. If you are a man and you are judging a woman or would break up with a woman over the fact that you are not the first partner she's had, that is a you issue, and you need to look inwards at yourself and see into why you are so insecure about that. Why does it affect you that someone has been with someone else? If you are a woman and you are terrified of your partner finding out that you've had other sexual partners, one, if they're your partner, you should be fully open with them, as you just should be with a partner. And two, if they can't accept that you've done that, then they shouldn't be your partner. Like, someone being with someone who won't accept them for their previous partners is a lose-lose for both people in that relationship. One of them is insecure and can't handle being with that person, and the other one has done those things, and it's fine that they've done that. That's normal, but you should find a partner that would respect you regardless. We don't need an article about how to hide it. That's the opposite of what people should be doing. People should be open and it should be accepted. It should be the norm that it's accepted, not hidden. Took my boys to Hooters and captured this gem. Okay, right. So I don't think it's surprising to anyone at this point that I am not American and don't live in America. Is it normal for people to take their children to Hooters? Because this isn't the first post I've seen. Hooters, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, is a place where they get attractive women to dress somewhat scantily in tight clothing to serve food. Why do people take their children to that? Huh? Being in a relationship with a woman is like being the father of a girl you just so happen to have sex with. That's already, we're off to a bad start. If a girl doesn't see you as her daddy, if she doesn't come to you when she is scared to cry while you tell her everything will be okay, if she doesn't respect your dinner disciplining, then she doesn't really like you and will only ever have the most begrudging, sporadic of sex with you. Okay, straight people, it is okay to be in a sub and dom relationship. It is okay to be in a relationship where you have a sub and you have a dom. That's okay. That's a thing. You don't have to dress it up like it's some masculinity thing and you have to be her father. I can smell the neckbeard irradiating from this post, and it is disgusting. Reversing Roe v. Wade does not take away a woman's choice. She has a choice to say no, a choice to use protection, and a choice to behave herself. Right, I'm about to slam down on this whole Roe v. Wade thing, especially opinions like this, okay? First of all, she has to behave herself. What about the men? Second of all, she has a choice to say no. What about that exists? That is a thing, and she doesn't have a choice in that. Third of all, why is it whenever this argument comes up, it is always the responsibility of the woman to be a celibate? It is always the responsibility of the woman in these arguments to not have sex, and never the responsibility of men. It is never addressed that 50% of the requirement to create a baby in all of these scenarios, 50% of that is a man or someone with a penis. You cannot create a baby without that involvement. Yet the responsibility is never on the men. Even though they are also having sex with the woman, they are also engaging in this. In a lot of cases, if not most of the cases, they will be the ones advancing on the women and propositioning them for sex. And yet it is always said that it is the woman's fault, she should have known better, and she should have been responsible. 50% of the population are men. They hold half of the responsibility and yet never claim it in any of these scenarios. If Roe v. Wade is overturned and women lose the choice to abort a child, men should have to pay child support from the moment the baby is conceived. Men should pay child support. They should also have to contribute to hospital bills for the birth. They should have to contribute to the raising of this child that they held 50% responsibility in creating. Make that a law and see how many of these men suddenly don't think that abortion is such a bad thing. Is someone forcing you to do this? I never understand these kinds of weddings. I just don't. Are people not choosing to get married? Are they not doing it because someone makes them happy and because they want to be with that person? So why are weddings so often painted like this? Why is it so often like a, man, I'm never gonna be able to have fun again? Marry someone who you can have fun with and who will allow you to have fun. If you're marrying someone who doesn't respect your hobbies, why are you marrying them? What is marriage to these kinds of people? I don't understand. Is it not a communion between two people that love each other and want to be together? Is that not the purpose? You are beautiful like a rose. Each time you engage in premarital sex, a precious petal is stripped away. Don't leave your future husband holding a bare stem. Abstain. A rose is a terrible analogy because roses are pollinated, they don't have sex. So if we're going to use the rose analogy, be like a beautiful rose. A rose is pollinated by dozens, if not hundreds of bees in their lifetime. And bees pollinate dozens, if not hundreds of flowers in their lifetime. Be like a rose. Honey, I have a serious problem. Never say I, but rather we. We are a married couple, and we share everything. Okay, since you say so, we just got our neighbor pregnant. Okay, boomer. Why has it got chin written in the corner? Chin. The emojis really add to this. They really add to the this was made by a 50-year-old man. And I cannot read these emojis as anything other than a specific sound. The sound just comes straight to my head when I see these emojis. And that sound is... I only married my wife because I had no other options at the time. I'm in a better place now, and I want to move on to someone else. Post your wife so someone else can take her and treat her right. I may not want her, but I don't want nobody else to have her either. What? So what do you want? Do you want her to die alone because you left her but also won't allow her to be with anyone else? What? What is he trying to say here? What is his point? What is wrong with straight people? I don't understand. I don't get it. I just don't get it. As a married man, why do you have women as friends? Women in my life are my family, my wife, my best friend. Women I work with, not friends. My wife's friends, not my friends. My friends' wives, not my friends. No women do I call or hang out with without my wife. Because women apparently supply nothing other than marrying men. They aren't people in their own rights with their own humors and interests. They aren't someone that you could have a conversation with about the things that you both enjoy. They aren't someone that you can just talk to as a human being. No. They are only potential wives or wives' friends. Of course. And the final post. When Albert Einstein realizes that there's more to life than just physics. That is his daughter. That's his daughter. And that's where I'm gonna end the video, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. If you want to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click the join button on my channel, or you can click the thanks button for one-time donations to support me. By no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. Special thank you to my patrons and YouTube members, Nix, Holly Miller, Kaori Ann Mori, Chase Howard, Karen Juka, Top Shelf, L, Rennie, Dev, Thomas Penny, Emily Potter, Greyhound, Maxine Langkow, Gravity Gaia, Kelly Bock, Lucky Socks, Carolyn, The Angry Potato, Sven Arctic Fox, Outcast Jupiter, Abel Eris Winchester, Ghost Orchid, Charlie the Mad 256, Kate Cat, The Wings of Ruin, Conspiracy Cake, Two Lakes in a Valley, Ika Limchok, An Agent, Galaxy, Ronnie, Tam, and Bug for supporting my channel and supporting my content. Thank you so much, guys. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.